Okay, we're on it. There's one.
Spain, and only minutes into his first drive as Formula One's new rookie, Chilton had a severe...
Yep, that's what you get with rookies around. Last year, F1 didn't have any rookies on board, which is very unusual. But this year, prepare to witness not one, not two, but 5 rookies, just like in 2013.
Oh my god! Wow!
This means that we're in for a whole new level of entertainment. Or maybe disappointment. Depending on what they decide to serve us. But before you find out, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more F1 update. Now that we have that out the way, let's meet our first rookie on the list, Jack Doohan. One piece of advice for you. Watch who you get gifts from this week, cause Jack Doohan got his first go-kart from 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher, and today he's in F1 as an Alpine driver, or maybe because he's the son of MotoGP legend Mick Doohan. Jack's arrival in F1 just seemed inevitable, but even with that, he is the least known of the rookies, majorly because he's been waiting in the wings at Alpine while his counterparts have been racking up track time. The only time we get to see him last season was when he replaced Esteban Ocon at the 11th hour. But don't worry, he's here now to show you what he's got. The 21-year-old is set to partner Gasly at the French outfit, and even though he has all the right people in his corner, and of course several wins in his junior career, it remains to be seen just how competitive he'll be, and whether the team will give him a car that allows him to show what he can do. Talking about what Jack Doohan can do, we really don't have to wait to know much about Oliver Bearman. This 19-year-old didn't have to win a world championship to have a fan base, and I promise you, I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
What the? That's all thanks to and Carlos Sainz burst appendix. You see, last season, Sainz was struck down with appendicitis in Saudi Arabia, which led to Bearman making his F1 debut with Ferrari. And to everyone's surprise, he finished P7 at the notoriously difficult Jeddah Corniche circuit. And as if that wasn't enough, he made history later in the season when he scored points during his second ever race, this time for Haas, after Kevin Magnussen was suspended in Azerbaijan. If we rewind a little bit, we can see how he's won several races throughout his junior career in F2 and F3, but he isn't arriving in F1 with a resume stacked with series championships like some of his counterparts. However, what we know is that we can't judge a rookie by his junior category results. He will partner with Ocon and Haas this season with skill and determination that says, watch out. Well, we have our eyes on you.
I'm watching.
But definitely not as much as Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And that's because this 18-year-old is stepping into the former seat of Lewis Hamilton. But if you don't believe in him, Total Wolf does. He believes Antonelli is the next Max Verstappen, and he took a leap of faith by signing him shortly after Hamilton left. Antonelli's story isn't that simple though. His story already has the makings of a fairy tale. Back in 2018, when he was just 12, he paired with Hamilton as a grid kid at the Italian Grand Prix. He told Hamilton, who he considered his hero, remember, you're the best, you can win this. After which, Hamilton claimed the victory. And just 6 years later, Antonelli is replacing his idol at one of the best teams in the modern era. You see, this guy is also someone to watch out for as he's won back-to-back championships F4 and Freaka before finishing 6th in his maiden F2 campaign. Though he's yet to make his debut, one thing is certain, Antonelli's got big shoes to fill, and the pressure is on. Next is Gabriel Bortoleto. The 20-year-old is entering F1 with a clean record and the hopes of an entire nation hanging over him. Initially, no one knew who Bortoleto was, but when he started winning F3 races, his name became known among several F1 fans. And when he won the title in 2020, he became that hotcake that attracted interested buyers to himself. The following year, he joined an illustrious club featuring Charles Leclerc, Russell, and Oscar Piastri, all of whom achieved back-to-back F2 and F3 championships. Shortly before he was crowned champion, he inked a deal with Sauber and continued to impress, with his most notable performance at a feature race in Monza where he climbed from last to first. I mean, that was totally insane. Honestly, Sauber is a perfect low-pressure environment for him because here he will get to focus on learning from veteran Nico Hülkenberg and not impressing anyone. This is because the team is expected to remain towards the back of the grid in 2025 as it focuses its resources on 2026. And then finally, we have Isaac Hadjar, the newest rookie to join the F1 grid. He was formerly a Red Bull junior who got promoted to RB after Lawson vacated the seat to partner Verstappen at the A team. Isaac has proven himself all these years, which cemented his name on the minds of team bosses as one of the most promising upcomers. However, he doesn't have a world-beating record or great expectations on his shoulders, which makes RB a good place for him to land and learn the ropes from an experienced hand like Tsunoda. He's already a good driver, having won more races than other drivers in F2. Crown it all, his reaction time received widespread praise when he narrowly escaped a crash in Monaco Tunnel in 2024. Looking at these rookies, they present so much potential that you're reminded of the 13 rookies who were also 5 in number. If you think about it, these rookies ended up giving us a mix of emotions in the end, starting with Jules Bianchi. Keep resting in peace, man. Back in 2013, Bianchi signed for Marussia and made his F1 debut at the Australian Grand Prix. After the 2013 campaign, he retained his seat for 2014, where he scored his first championship points at the Monaco Grand Prix, finishing 9th from 21st on the grid. Many had high hopes for him after he pulled off that, but unfortunately, during the 2014 Japanese GP, Bianchi lost control of his Marussia MR03 in wet conditions. He collided with a recovery vehicle and suffered a diffuse axonal injury. Bianchi underwent emergency surgery and remained comatose for 9 months before he eventually died at the hospital. That was really sad. The FIA retired his number 17 from Formula 1 and mandated the Halo cockpit protection device in all open-wheel championships from 2018 onward. Although Bianchi is no more, his memory lives on and Marussia will never forget him. Another then rookie that won't forget soon is Max Chilton. You see, Chilton and Bianchi were both signed to Marussia, but not exactly at the same time. In Chilton's case, he was appointed Marussia's F1 testing and reserve driver for the second half of the 2012 season. By the end of 2012, Nikolai Fomenko, the engineering director of Marussia F1, announced that Chilton would race for the team full-time in 2013. Therefore, he also made his F1 debut at the Australian Grand Prix, where he qualified 20th. His season's best was achieved at the Monaco GP, where he finished 14th. His next best qualifying result was 16th at the Belgian GP in a mixed weather session, where he was one of 3 drivers to go out on slick tires at the end when the track condition was improving. Chilton became the only driver to have finished every race of his rookie season, and he was retained for the 2014 season. Also, in 2014, he became better, finishing 13th twice in different grids until a crash would change everything. He collided with Jules Bianchi on the first lap, sending him into the wall at turn 4. For Chilton was given a 3-place grid penalty at the next race. Soon, his season ended after Marussia went into administration and then closed down, resulting in Chilton missing the last 3 races of the season and having no seat for 2015. He went on to race for the IndyCar series and eventually retired in 2022. On the list is Guido van der Garde. Just like the others, he also made his Formula 1 debut at the Australian GP for Caterham. Unfortunately, the team didn't score points throughout the season and stopped competing in 2014. Without a seat for 2014, Guido signed for Sauber as a reserve driver. However, in 2015, despite being signed as a full-time driver for Sauber, the team replaced him with Philippe Nasser, which resulted in Guido seeking international arbitration. In the end, he was settled with millions of pounds and ultimately didn't race for the team. He later moved to sports car racing in 2016, where he achieved multiple victories. At the end of 3, he retired from racing and became a full-time commentator and pundit for Viaplay. Moving on, we have Esteban Gutierrez, not Ocon. In 2013, he was promoted to the race team with Sauber alongside Nico Hülkenberg from Force India. He finished his first race 13th, which was the best position of all 2013 rookies. He took it up a notch in the next race when he finished 12th after he was forced to the pit with 5 laps remaining. In Spain, he achieved his fastest lap of the race, putting him 2nd in the record books for youngest driver to set a fastest lap after Nico Rosberg. Before the end of 2014, he finished 7th at the Japanese GP, holding off Nico Rosberg in the closing stages. By 2015, he was signed to Scuderia Ferrari, and by 2016, he was racing in the sport alongside Romain Grosjean and Haas. He continued racing until the end of the 2016 season, when he announced that he was leaving Haas. After that, he joined Mercedes-AMG in 2018 as a simulator driver, and he has since been named a reserve driver in Formula 1 and Formula E. Undoubtedly, one of the most names of the 2013 rookies is Valtteri Bottas. Not because he has a cute name, but because of the feat he achieved. He was signed to Williams after 2 years as a test driver to partner Pastor Maldonado. He didn't start shining until 2014, when he finished 4th in the championship, taking his maiden career podium at the Austrian Grand Prix. That's not all. Across the 4 seasons he spent in Williams, Bottas finished on the podium 9 times. In 2017, he signed for Mercedes to replace Nico Rosberg, partnering with Lewis Hamilton. This guy upped the ante by finishing 3rd in the championship following further victories in Austria and Abu Dhabi. Except that he had a winless 2018 campaign, he finished runner-up to Hamilton in the 2019 and 2020 seasons. He gave Mercedes a final win in 2021, leaving for Alfa Romeo after he had contributed to 5 consecutive Constructor Championships. Unfortunately, in 2024, Bottas had a non-scoring season at the rebranded Sauber and returned to Mercedes as a reserve driver. But in all, he holds the Formula 1 record for the most career points without a World Drivers' Championship. No doubt, Bottas left a good print everywhere he went, and you can leave a good print on this video by hitting the like button and subscribing for more content like this, or watching more by clicking the next video on your screen.